Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you for coming back again. Now, I have a question that I want to ask. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, that something just keeps holding you back? Now, I want to know, how does that make you feel? Because I know how it makes me feel. In this video, I'll share the number one thing that kept me stuck and how I finally broke free. Now, if you ever felt like success is just out of your reach, this video is for you. If this resonates with you, press the like button and subscribe, please. I need you to subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments how you relate to this. You know, I know what it feels like no matter how hard you try. Something is always standing in my way, no matter how hard I try. Now, I've lived through so many moments where I felt stuck. I was left wondering if things would ever change. Now, for me, it was losing everything as I was facing my health challenges. I kept wondering, why does life keep making me feel like this? I wondered, why does it seem like I just can't move forward? I've never been sick before. I've had things like colds and flus and fevers. Those things are what I knew how to treat. But breast cancer and breast reconstruction, this was very different for me because I didn't know how to bounce back from that. I had little to no help working my way through that, and it was scary. I felt alone. I felt, I just, I really don't know how to explain that feeling so that y'all could feel it. Not unless y'all been through it, not unless y'all been through some kind of illness that made you feel isolated, made you feel alone. One day though, I realized that no one was coming to save me. I saw what my life meant to people who said they loved me. And then one day, I decided to push myself harder than I've ever done in my life. Being homeless and walking the streets of downtown Houston. And there's a area in Houston called the Heights. I've never been, walking through that area before, and never been in so many new places just walking. I've never been to those places before, but you know what? Those places saved my life. Walking helped build my strength. It saved me. It literally saved my life. People would tell me, though, that I didn't look homeless because I was clean and I was always dressed nicely. You know, they said I didn't look like I belonged there. I didn't look like I belonged homeless. That's because I didn't belong there. But I was there. I was there for a reason, more than one reason. So afterwards, I got stronger and started focusing harder on finding, a place to live. But it was hard finding a place to live after having an eviction on my apartment history. That's how I came to this place. I told my mind the only thing that would hold me back was me and my belief in my abilities. Guys, sorry about that background noise. My neighbors outside with their music loud, but that passed, you know. But I told myself that the only thing that would hold me back was me and my belief in my abilities. I had to stop seeing my life as a series of struggles, and I had to start seeing it as a preparation for something greater. You know, I had to start looking at myself, and telling myself that there's a higher power at work, and I needed to succumb to that higher power instead of feeling like helpless, feeling I wasn't, I don't think I felt hopeless, because I rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus. I'm never hopeless, but I have struggles, and I try to work through those struggles, just like everybody else. But being homeless like that and walking downtown Houston like I did, that was different. That was new. And I learned some things about myself that I learned that I had to be patient. I learned that, in being patient, I was trying to hear God's voice on what it was that I was supposed to do, because I was beginning to wonder, was this my life? All of my stuff was in storage. I paid for storage every month, but it was hard to find an apartment that would take a broken, an eviction, because a lot of places don't let you move in with an eviction. So I just, told myself to heal, because before I became homeless, I had the cancer removed from my breast. And after they removed the cancer from my breast, they did the reconstructive surgery to, make sure that I didn't look like a boy. After they removed my breast, they put, you know, things in place to where it was a process that I had to go through, and going through that process, uh, once I had to, you know, 3 months after I had my last surgery, I was on Houston streets walking, but then I found a shelter that would take me, and because I called Adult Protective Services and I told them that I needed help. So they helped me find this first uh, shelter that I went into, and I was so grateful, even though I was scared of the neighborhood. I was so scared of that neighborhood because, I'd never been around homeless people, that actually slept on the streets or that actually, uh, had health issues while they were living on the streets. I've never been that close, up close and personal. So I had to go through a lot of humbling myself. You know, I had to go through shedding the old me, because if I had to shed this old breast and I didn't have my breast anymore, it was a lot of things about myself that I knew that I was going to have to change. And I knew that I was going to have to humble myself to a new way of life. But I just, oh God, I just didn't know. I didn't know what those changes was going to take me through. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I'm so used to, being organized. I'm so used to being structured to where when I no longer had structure, that was so different. That was out of my element, but I had to succumb to these changes. And, you know, then I went to the second shelter. And in the second shelter, there was more structure. That was something. I wasn't used to being in a shelter, but I was used to having the structure that helped me so that I can continue to heal, so that um, I made my way in finding places that would help me to uh, find an apartment that would take poor, well, when I got the eviction, that was poor uh, apartment history. So once I found that shelter and I was able to finally relax my mind and heal my body, I was able to lay down and rest. And and I was able to, go to my doctor appointments and, started looking at my life, trying to see how I can make sense. So once I started feeling, that empowerment, once I started feeling my strength, I was able to get pen and paper and start strategizing, start making plans, started writing appointments down, you know, looking at apartments that, they gave me some apartment complexes to go to that's much worse than this where I live. And I don't mean as far as the structure of the building, which it probably would, I would say probably some of that, but I didn't take time to even notice because the environment was not one that I wanted to be around, because I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it, but I came upon this place. And even when I came to this place, there was, when I was in the office, the apartment office, filling out the application for this unit, um, the lights went off in the whole apartment complex. even in the office. And, residents started crowding up at the office. Some of them was inside the office and some of them was outside the office. And it was a ruckus. It was a riot. You know, people was talking about their food. They just grocery shopped and their food was going to spoil. And, talking about sick people in their apartments that needed the AC, on and on and on. It was crazy. So what their apartment manager did, they said, if you're still interested, can you come back tomorrow? And I didn't care what was going on. I didn't care if they lost their lights or what. I said, yes, I'm coming back tomorrow. Because number one, I needed to get out of that shelter. Number two, I didn't want to go back on the streets again. And number three, I didn't want to go to those apartments where it was just a rough, bad neighborhood. Oh. I can write a book. I may not be where I would like to be, but I'm not on the streets. I can, call some numbers and report these apartments, but would that put me back on the streets again? Because I don't have check stubs that I can take to another apartment complex yet. I don't have the deposit to go to another apartment complex yet. I don't have movers that can move my furniture and my stuff to another apartment complex yet. The only thing that I can do right now is pay rent. So, when you're between a rock and a hard place, be still. And I don't mean be still not doing anything. Do what you can do. This serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I thought about calling Channel 13 News. I thought about calling Adult Protective Services. I thought about, calling the Housing Authority. But what good is that going to do me if I'm not, capable of moving forward or having something to catch me? I know what it feels like walking on the streets of downtown Houston because I had nowhere to go. But when it comes to you having to be still and letting God lead and knowing when you're actually being led by God, you know that if you're not led by God, things are not turning out too great for you. But if you're letting God lead, God will lead you where you can find peace, where you can find happiness, comfort, joy, all those good things. So, guys, I say This video is about the one thing, this one thing, I'm looking at my notes, this one thing that's stopping you from success is you. And learn how to fix it. Learn how to fix that one thing that's stopping you from succeeding. Now, if you're having a problem growing your YouTube channel, you know, I'm not going to call myself having a problem growing my YouTube channel right now. And I know that some people would say, okay, let's get monetized. Come on, get monetized. Do this to get monetized. Come on, you can get monetized quick, sooner. You know, but I've had this channel since January the 3rd. This is February, you know, going into the second month. And I almost have, I think I almost have, well, almost there at 2,000 subscribers. And please, I need you guys to subscribe to my channel. Please help me, you know, build my channel and subscribe to my channel. And in the comments section, there's so many people who show genuine love and concern for me, and I so much appreciate you guys. You don't know how grateful I am. And you know, on this channel, I'm gonna grow more and more and more each day, and I'll get better. You know, I just been at this since January, and right now I can see how I can get better, and I will get better. And subscribe, like, and comment in the comment section. Tell me what your challenges have been. Let me know things that have had a strong hold on you and how you got through. Let's talk about it. And I will see you in the next video. You have a great day.